That's my name. And today I want to share my story to the world. I feel, not that I feel, I know God has done a lot for me. So I would want to be a testimony to other people out there. That's the reason why today I want to share my story. My beautiful story, let's put it that way. I lost both parents, my mom and my dad, when I was a kid, when I was 1 year old. But then my sister actually was 3 years. We had two, me and that of my sister. So when I lost both parents, now I had to stay with my mom's sister. That's my auntie. So that's where I actually began life. It has never been easy for me at all. Trust me. It was never easy. It has never been easy because this was someone who made me go through a lot. I really went through hell. Sometimes when you're young and you're trying to talk about what you go through, sometimes I mean the elderly will say it's part of training. It helps shaping you. So maybe you won't experience anything, but I experienced the worst actually when I was growing up, and the because of whatever I was experiencing, sometimes you don't have to sleep because you are being maltreated in the house. Your auntie's husband doesn't like you because you are from your auntie's side, and he doesn't want anyone from that side to stay in the house. So you are beaten most often. When you go to school, when you ask for school fees, you're not being. It's also a whole lot of things on its own. Maybe sometimes how to even open your mouth to tell your own. The abuse from my auntie's husband was so severe. It got to turn around. My auntie was also influenced. Actually, she also started abusing me, not sexually, but abusing me verbally. And beating me. It was a whole lot of assault on it on. So now I was scared of her. So I decided to do things my own way. I decided to be a pretender. When I go out there, I'm a different person. When I come to the house, I'm a different person because sometimes even asking for school fees and top up, it lead to assault. You have been beaten because you requested for a top up. The journey has never been easy. Trust me, sincerely speaking, it has never been easy at all. I had to go through waste. And all this while, whenever I get the opportunity to meet someone, when I was a kid, I remember I'll meet someone, I'll be walking there, I'll meet someone on the road, I'll tell the person that, oh, please, and this is what happened to me. I need a top up if you could. I mean, the person will look at you and be like, you don't look like someone who's going through something. I mean, that's how God created me though. In as much as I was going through something, God gave me a body that made me look like a rich kid. Someone who has it all because of my body and the way I presented myself, the way I appear. The fact that I'm going through something does not mean I should wear tattered clothes. So even if I have one cloth for the whole year, I make sure that it is well ironed, everything is in order. That's how I was living my life. So now I started joining gang. I started joining bad guys. And where we used to stay was in Angona, Sweden, in the central region of Ghana, the central part of Ghana. And this was a town known for people, young guys, engaging themselves into fraud. Some of them spiritually ritual activities. They were engaging themselves into it. Then, so it's like, well, if these guys are engaging themselves into this and they are making money out of it, I mean, what's the big deal? I can also join because here's the case. I was going through a whole lot of stuff that even if I should come and ask my aunt, the auntie, please, I need a shoe. I've been using this shoe for the past 2 years now, and I mean, she would go haywire, she would get angry. So I decided to take matters into my own hand and do what I feel was like will make me be able to concentrate more. So yes, I joined a gang. I joined this gang. I mean, all these things started when I was in GSS. Yes, GSS, as in GSS. So I joined a gang and I started being absent from school. I started joining them, started browsing. Some say we started scamming people. We almost target were the white. We started targeting the white. Oh yes, we started targeting them. I have friends. And one thing about scamming people is seasonal. To us, it's seasonal because You might get someone who be a fool to be. He's not even a fool. People would even want to help you because your story touches their heart. Because whatever you are selling, whatever story you are selling, it touches their heart, so they will want to buy it. By then, you are using a white lady, a white woman, pictures to defraud, maybe a white military man, pictures to defraud people. That's what makes it very dangerous then. So now we were getting it and the money wasn't coming again. And stupidly now, sorry for my language, when the money even comes, you don't even know what to use the money for. All of a sudden, within a week, within some few days, the money is gone. I remember my first money I had, we call it controlled. My first money I had was $50. Then it was, I think, 150 Ghana cedis. I was super excited. I decided to buy. I bought granite and banana. The one just got finished because I knew more was going to come. So we were on it until now. I learned that actually, the people, my friends, they add spirituality to it, they add juju to it. So it was like, yo, you have been with us for some time now. We want to introduce you to whomever we have been going to make us make money. But I had a little idea about it. So they have to take me to a ritualist. I was like, wow. And funny enough, most of these ritualists portray themselves to be pastors. Okay, because they didn't tell me a ritual. They say we are going to see this pastor who helps the young guys out, who actually help them to I mean, spiritually. They also with the white man. So if someone want to scam you, they take your pictures and they will take it to this pastor. He will do some incantation and a whole lot of stuff on it. That's what has been happening. So, well, I decided to join. I mean, I'm part of the gang, I'm part of the group. So I decided to join them so that we could go to wherever. I mean, once it's going to help, the money is going to come. I don't have any problem. We went there for the first time, second time, third time. And all this while, I wasn't really feeling myself. I'm that kind of person, in as much as I used to do whatever I want to do on my own because of how I was being treated. Whenever I want to do something, I don't know, all of a sudden I just get this fear in me. But nah, you are selling your soul to the devil, so why don't you come back? That's what I've always thought that. And the unfortunate aspect of it was like the man that we went to, the juju man, that's the pastor, the self-acclaimed pastor that they took me to for us to be purified and a lot of stuff being done. The man saw me and he looked at me and was like, "You'll be a great man in future." That's what the man told me. He saw me, was like, "Young man, you'll be a great man in the future." I'm trying to, that's in the local dialect that I can. He said, "You'll be a great person in the future." He just said that and he just kept quiet. Well, that wasn't the reason why we came. We came because we would want to fortify wherever we are getting money from. So he did whatever he wanted to do for us. So he gave us a week to come back. We went there a week, and when we got to that place a week, he called me. Actually, my friends and I were sitting there. He called me to come outside. When I went, he told me like, "What do you think you are doing? When I saw you, you are different from all your friends that came." Because then actually I don't smoke, and I don't take in this hardcore alcohol. I wasn't that type. So he was like, "What do you think you are doing?" That's what the ritualist, the suffer, the self-acclaimed pastor actually told me. "What do you think you are doing?" I was surprised. I was amazed because, they have been going to that place most often. I just started coming to this place. Then I was like, "Okay, you want to tell me something?" One of our friends actually came back the day we came, the first time we came and we left, and told him, the pastor, that that's the ritualist, that he should use me as a scapegoat, so that, because whenever it comes to this ritual stuff, a sacrifice needs to be done. Either by human blood, either by any blood. So I think, unfortunately for me, I was the one supposed to be used. And it wasn't only me, it was one greedy friend among us decided to go to the man to tell the man he should use us all. The story. So the man told us, okay, fine, for us to know what he's saying is the truth. The day he actually told us to come back, he said we should come early and you hide us in one of his huts so that when our friend comes, we will come and meet him physically, sitting there telling him what to do. Wow, really? Okay. So we decided to do that. The time was due for us to go back. We went early as he instructed, and we decided to sit there. Lo and behold, truly, our friend was there to sell us so that we can be used for the sacrifice, so that he can be able to gain a lot of money. This story is, well, I was saved. So I decided to learn the lessons and know I don't think this life is good for me. Let me just live my life. Let me just stop this. And by then too, my auntie actually got transferred from Agunashere to Accra. So we were supposed to move to Accra. So that actually also really helped me. And the fear that I had in me, I've always had fear in me whenever I'm embarking on a journey, which I know deeply that this thing I'm embarking on is no good. So we moved to Accra, and that actually I parted with the guys and I stopped that scamming stuff. Now, let me fast forward stuff. I mean, I was done with school, I completed school. Now, this is where the real life, this is where the real hustle started. No one was willing to help me. Yes, my grades wasn't that good, but I was very academically excellent. I don't know what happened. My grades just came out, my results came out bad. Then I have to try ways and means to be able to make means for myself because my auntie wasn't going to give me it. I mean, even when I was going to school, things were difficult. Now that my grades wasn't that good, what am I expecting the West? So yeah, so I started doing these jobs, this small job like mason. Yes, you know, I've been a mason before. I started mixing concrete, mixing mortars. I started doing online buying and selling stuff, gadgets. I go online, see someone's phone. I try to buy from the person. I get a third party, sell to the person at a higher price, and keep the money to myself. But all this while, I was still thinking of how to make money because I was still living under my auntie's roof. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It has never been easy. None of my family members was willing to talk to me because my auntie already destroyed me to them. The Darlington is a bad boy, Junior, he smokes. And all these things were lies. So sometimes I used to question the unfortunate aspect of this all is like when all this was happening, when I was growing up, I wasn't the type which I don't pray. I don't go to church. I mean, the house, it wasn't strict to go to church. The prayer wasn't there. But my auntie also wasn't the praying type. She goes to this church, she's done. Tomorrow she goes to she won't go again. So we went that first to also go to church. So I wasn't the praying type. If we want me to pray, I don't know what I would say to you then. And so I was just living my life. I was depending on myself, my strength. Let's forward now. I grew up and I left that place. I left my auntie's place. I moved to Kumasi. I started renting, started doing one or two stuff. I was an insurance personnel. I was very good. I worked with Enterprise, Whole Lot Life, some big insurance companies. I worked with them. But I don't know what was happening because my amount wasn't coming through, my payment wasn't coming through. A whole lot of stuff were happening. A whole lot of stuff. So I was like, nah, actually, I can't let this happen. I have to do something. And the unfortunate aspect of it was like now things were going against me that I started incurring debt. I was owing a lot of people. That sometimes I have to run away. One, no, I have to even lock myself in the room for 2, 3 days because I'm owing someone. Now, what to eat was a problem. Things were difficult, extremely difficult. And all this was still, I didn't know. I know there was God, but who is He? So I came from Accra. I came from Kumasi. I moved to Accra. I started fish business. I for Kimberly's fish business. I started this business. I started doing this business, and it was moving smoothly. But then, still, I didn't start with any prayer. It is on my strength. And when I started this business, I started incurring debt. Someone would order for a fish. The person would be like, "Oh, send the fish to me. I'll pay you later." You hear from the person again. You go to the seaside wanting to buy fish. Nothing like. Eh. And stupidly enough, when I started to, I wasn't praying. When I started the fish business, I started on my own. Started doing it on my own. Anyway, let's continue. So I was there one day when a friend of mine recommended an app to me called Clubhouse. It's like a cool. I would join Clubhouse, and with his mindset, what she told me, sorry, is a she. What she told me was like, "Oh, so darling, if you should go to that place, you get a lot of sugar mummies. You're a very nice guy. You get a lot of sugar mummies. You get a lot of, women and other stuff, and they'll take care of your needs." And so my mindset was that. That was my mindset. And truth be told, all this while too, I wasn't going to church for so many years. There's so many years I wasn't going to church. If I should go to church unless 31st night, whereby I don't know, it's a party night. It's not 31st night to me wasn't then to thank God for how far I brought me. I know God, but I didn't know God. To me, it was a party, So, yes, I joined Clubhouse and I started exploring. The first day I joined Clubhouse, actually, those who don't know Clubhouse is an application. The first day I joined Clubhouse, when you join Clubhouse, it's rooms, right? Rooms that you can join any room that you want to join. You join that, then you follow them. The first room I joined, I saw people praying. I heard people praying. Clubhouse actually deals with audio, not video. So I could hear people praying. I joined one room and it was full of prayer. They were praying. This wasn't what I was looking for. I never even knew people were praying. There was a prayer section. There was a group which prays. Normally on Clubhouse. So what is this? Okay. So I joined. And when I joined them, I don't know, something just passed through me. I just had this weird feeling that something is not right. That's okay, cool. I don't know if I decided to pour my heart out. And one funny thing about me is like, in as much as I don't know God, I'm that type that love listening to gospels. I love listening to foreign gospels. The winds, I love listening. I love listening to foreign gospel. So when I joined, I remember that day when I joined the group, they were singing. They were singing, and they started praying. I was like, okay, let me just be here. They'll come back and sing again. So I joined and they didn't sing again. They started preaching and I was like, no. I just felt moved. So no, I have to share my story to these people. Because I was going through something. And me share, I don't know what actually, on a normal day, I'd rather prefer to keep quiet. Because these are total strangers. I was like, no, let me just open up and just say and talk. So I joined the room, they welcomed me, and I told them that I have something to say. Oh, feel free. And I started talking. I told her about my life, what I've been through, how far I've come, what actually brought me here. And through this all, I was sharing tears, and I don't know where the tears were coming from. I was just sharing tears, and I don't know where the tears were coming from. So I shared my story. They prayed with me and they connected me to Rev. And this is where the goodness of the Lord showed itself or showed himself. This is where everything started taking turn for good. This is where God started showing his mercies on me. This is where God started laying his hands on me. I met one of the reverend when she came to Ghana. We spoke. She was down to earth with me. She prayed with me. She shared some gospels with me. And my life hasn't been the same since. But I wouldn't want to cut the story short, okay? Let me say this. When I joined them, funny enough, God used them to help me a lot because I was, like I said earlier, I was in debt, a lot of debt. So I didn't, the times where I used to do videos, I used to do content on Facebook. There were times where I go to Facebook and I do suicide content. Like, I want to commit crime, I want to kill myself. And that has been the thought. We are only more than 7 people. Some of them 600 Ghana cities, some of them 500, some of them 200, some of them 100 Ghana cities. Including my rent was also due. My rent was due. Where I was staying, my rent was due. My time was even up. And like everything just crumbled. Like it's actually this one due. And funny enough, that was because I was going through that. That's when I spoke to my female friend, and she told me that I should go to that site and things are gonna be okay. The mindset that I had actually changed when I met this group. They were there for me. They spoke to me, calling day in day to check up on me. God used them to help pay my debts. I started going to church. I started fellowshipping with them. I started praying with them on a regular basis. There are times, I wouldn't sit here and lie. It wasn't easy because sometimes when they come, I don't even pick up because I feel like they're wasting my time. It wasn't because, in as much as my heart belonged to Jesus, my heart belonged to God, the devil was also around me. I mean, the devil would never let you go scot-free. There was a whole lot of stuff I was doing, and I was still doing them. So I remember there are times that I feel like no, so I feel like nah. So one time Rev called me, and she said, "Young man, listen. If you want God to bless you, if you want to really accept God as a personal savior, are you sure you have done away with all your past? You can't tell me that you're a newborn creature whilst you are still living in your past." That's what she told me. And yes, I was still living in my past. In as much as I was saying I've changed, I was still living in my past. So I was like, nah, let me just let go of the past. So I started letting go of the past gradually, when my life was changing tremendously. Until I still feel pressured. I felt pressured because I was now also at the time going back to the past. The how I was living my life. I was still going back to the past. Because it was like I needed money for myself. I needed money because I was going through a whole lot of stuff. In as much as I've come to know God, it's like I really want to settle everyone around me because the pressure was a lot, but I have to know that your way is not God's way. How urgently you want it to be done is not how God wants it to be done for you. It takes a process. You can't jump from 1 expecting to be at 10. It's a process. You have to pass through the process. Like how I passed through from when I was a kid till now. It's a process. If I shouldn't have passed through, or I wouldn't be here today wanting to give a testimony to some people who are like me out there, it's a process. I passed through them. And I was there one day and I saw this friend of mine. I was like, no, I still need money to do a lot of stuff. So I will consult a malam. I mean, my friend actually convinced me that, oh, there's this malam that when you go to, things will be okay for you. He's genuine and all that stuff. And here is the case. I was still going to church, but I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I stopped going to church for almost like 2 weeks. And I wasn't even picking up, I wasn't even talking to Rev Olive, because she noticed that I was sin in my past. So I decided not to talk to her. In as much as I was at fault, I have grown wings, so I was like, no, I won't mind her. So I decided to leave my life. I decided to do what I thought was okay for me. So the hardship strike itself again. And I spoke to a friend of mine. Oh, Charlie, I know this man. He's very good. He'll make you one-time hit. And there's this account saying, if someone says, I will help you, look at the person very well. If that person already helped him or herself. That's the translation of the 3 sentences I just spoke. So that I was supposed to go and meet this malam the next day. That was on I think that was on Monday. On Sunday, all of a sudden, I received a call from the pastor who I fellowship. I received a call from my pastor, Pastor Joseph. Why is this man calling me? I don't understand why this man is calling me. Why is he even bothering himself? He called so many times and didn't pick up. But I knew the next day what I was going to do. So I thought within my presence that there's something wrong somewhere. He called and didn't pick up. Then mommy also called. I call him mommy. She's my mom. She's my everything. The Rev Olive call also came through. I was like, no, something is wrong somewhere. So I decided to ignore the call as well. So yes, I did. I ignored it. The call keep coming to us. So I picked up one. I mean, she called, I think, like 20 minutes. So I picked one of the calls. And I was just quiet on the phone. And the first words that came out of him was like, where do you think you are going? He said, hey, this woman, how did she get to know that I have something in mind? I want to do something. Like, I was just quiet on the phone. I didn't want to worry. I was just very quiet. Then she was like, I was like, please, let me call you back. And she asked again, where do you think you are going? I was like, oh, please, Rev, I'll call you back. And I dropped the call. And I decided to, I thought I'll call her back, but then almost like an hour or two, I've not called her back. And I was just thinking, what is this? What is happening? What is this? And I just didn't know. I was like, what is this? I mean, why would she call back? This is someone that I am not talking to you. Why would you call me back? Like, why are you calling? God works in mysterious ways. Trust me. And later on, I got to take her call and I spoke to her and I told her everything. Now let me tell you the funny aspect of it. On Saturday, we went to the Malams' place, and when we got there, we were being told the Malam just left. Okay, that was what we were being told. That, oh, he just left. Oh, we said, oh, okay, then we should come back on my day. So I don't know, everything was like a movie to me. The call, Rev Ollie's call coming through, the Pastor Joseph call coming through, everything was like a movie to me. Hey, finally, I told them the truth. This was what I was going to do. I cried my eyes out. I really cried my eyes out that day. She talked me through, she prayed for me. I really prayed. She spoke to me and I was calm. I decided to go to church the next week. I went to church, I was at home, and since then things have been better. Trust me. If me, I'm telling you, things have been better. Things have been better. If I can boldly tell you that, if not that I've come to accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and personal Savior, I've given myself to Christ, I would have been dead by now. Because since I accept, in as much as the challenges were there, since I came to accept Christ, now the challenges become more. They became more. Because it was more of like, now you are being hated because they've gotten to know that you are walking on the right path. You are not walking with them again. So they decided to hate you for no reason. I started being hated by some people. They started using some people against me. The fish business I was running, there was other staffs. Customers wasn't coming. So my phone was giving me tough time. But all this while, I was never depressed because I know the God I was worshiping. I know the God I was serving. Including to the extent that my landlord, they used my landlord against what I was paying. This landlord I'm talking about is someone who does rituals in the house. So I hardly sleep. So I've been seeing she does rituals in the house, something from 2 a.m., 3 a.m. She tie all the cloth, a wrapper around his waist, and holding a calabash and be pouring water on the cloth. Trust me, God has been good. If not for God, I know for sure I should be dead by now. But the only thing I can say is God always has a purpose for us, no matter who you are. But the kind of life I was living, I don't deserve to be alive. But if I'm supposed to be alive today, I think I'm a testimony to other people out there. Oh yes. I'm a huge testimony to other people out there because I feel like it was like you go through this, you get out of it, and you go out there and preach the gospel to other people. You go out there and tell people this is what you have done. People people are still doing, the youth are still doing it. I'm giving this testimony to let the youth and everyone out there know that, see, as a guy, as young as you are, as vibrant as you are, whatever you think you are doing, you know deep within your heart what you are doing is wrong. You know. I'm giving this testimony to let you know that everything is going to be okay. Just come and accept Christ as a Lord and personal Savior. Remember, when you accept Him as a Lord and personal Savior, make sure you do away with your old ways. There is someone yet there. It wasn't easy for me. The journey was never easy for me. Trust me. In as much as I came to Christ and things were going all right, I was still owing people that I needed to pay them. So you could imagine. Like I said earlier, it's a process. God has been good. God has been faithful to me. Today, I call myself a child of God. I call myself a servant of God. I'm grateful. Yes. Trust me, I'm really trying. I've been holding my tears in since I started talking. If not, I would have poured my eyes out. God has really been grateful. It's never been easy. I made mistakes upon mistakes. All these mistakes, He never looked at my mistakes and judged me. When I came to you, when I called on Him, He responded. He gave me hope. He gave me life. I'm a new creature now. You can also be a new creature. Don't give up. Why do you want to give up? I don't understand the reason you want to give up. No. There's this thing that if the past doesn't challenge you, the future will change you. I was challenged by the past. Now the future is changing me. I'm a changed man now. Please. I know you're going through wasted life. I know you're going through hell. Me being here, having this sound mind, talking calmly, peacefully, enjoying this peaceness. That means God has been good. Please, give your life to Christ. I am a living testimony, and my name is Valentin Nanakwamiji Namagashi. Thank you.